this is my first YouTube video. I have been slacking on social media because I just, I don't know, I've been doing a lot for myself, a lot of crafting for myself, and I just haven't wanted to share for some reason. I just find it daunting to post. So I've been at work, you know, it's been kind of slow at work, so I've been watching some YouTube videos. And I watch a lot of people, especially knitting lately. So I thought I would, you know, maybe start a little YouTube video. So yeah, I just thought that it would be kind of nice to do like a quick video and talk about what I've been up to. Lately it's been knitting. Whenever it gets cold outside, I'm kind of like in the mood to do some, you know, cozy crafts. So I've been knitting and making some Christmas presents. I did just dye. So this skein of wool, I actually hand spun. So last winter I bought a spinning wheel. And so I've been practicing. It's not perfect. I mean, you can see that the weights are very different. But I mean, it's still kind of fun. And this was some wool that my husband got from work. So they used to use wool underneath casts for diabetic patients. And I guess they had an overabundance of it and weren't using it. So this is the wool that I spun it from. And then to get it this color, I actually dyed it with black beans. So I've never used black beans, and so I just wanted to experiment. And I did add baking soda to alter the pH so that it would be more green than blue, because typically you'd get like a blue dye from black beans. So yeah, it's this pretty sage green. And I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I do have 2 skeins, so actually the other skein is a bit more than this. So I could probably do a pretty large scarf if I wanted to. But yeah, I don't know what I'll knit with it yet. I haven't decided. Let's see what else. So I just started this today. This is a cowl. And these 2 fibers, the black is alpaca and the gray one is angora. And the alpaca I actually spun on my spinning wheel last winter. And the angora I spun on a drop spindle last year. So I haven't used it up, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just hold it together and make a cowl. So I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. It's very fuzzy, but it will definitely be warm. So I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm doing with that. So someone gave me a huge box of alpaca, and I'm pretty sure it's an entire fleece off of one animal. So I've been carding it. I've got just this little bag carded so far. This hasn't even made a dent in how much fiber I have. And my plan is to spin it. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous because I'm not at the point yet where I'm confident that I can keep the same weight of yarn. And so I do want to spin it and make a sweater from it, but I don't know. I'm scared because I'm not very good at spinning yet. So it's hard to keep a consistent weight with my drafting. But yeah. And I will just keep it this color because I love this like really pretty tan, you know, off-white color. So no dyeing for that one. And then this is actually a hand-sewn bear that I made. It was originally for my niece. I'm not sure if I will gift it to her. She's only 5. And I don't know. I'm nervous because I feel like I didn't do a very good job. So I got a feeling it's going to fall apart if I give it to her. It was my first time embroidering though. And it's not perfect, but I'm pretty impressed with how it turned out. I mean, the embroidery isn't bad. I'm pretty good with the leaves. The flowers I struggled with, but the leaves, I kind of got the hang of that stitch. And then I hand knitted the scarf. I'm not happy with how his ears turned out because I stuffed them and then I sewed him together on the sewing machine, just around the outside here. And they're kind of wonky. It's not like perfectly round, so. And, you know, because I had to hand sew a lot of it, the linen, the weave on the linen is so like, it's not tight. So I was having a hard time like getting it to not fray on the edges. So, but he is cute. I might just keep him and put him on a shelf and get a different fabric and kind of I think next time I won't stuff the ears. I'll just make them smaller and just they'll be like I'll put what's it called in it. I'm not much of a sewer, so I forget batting. Is it batting that you like stiffen fabric with? I might do that instead of stuffing and try to figure out like why it got so wonky. I don't know, but he's still cute. I buttoned his arms and that's why I'm afraid like they're just like sewn on with a thread, so I'm afraid that they're gonna fall off after, you know, too much play. But my daughter does want him. She's like, he's the cutest thing, so I might just give him to her because I mean she'll probably just put him on a shelf and admire him because she's 11, so she's not gonna be, you know, throwing him around. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. Oh, I have been working on a sweater on my downtime at work. So I bought, so I did start a sweater. Let's talk about this one first. This was the first sweater I started. Okay. And it requires German short rows. Well, I've never done German short rows before, and I got like all this way and realized I don't think it's supposed to have all these like weird dimples. And I think somehow I like twisted my yarn the wrong way. So I kind of gave up on this. I'm going to completely tear this apart. And I actually bought a different pattern that requires you to hold wool, because it's wool, wool with mohair. So I bought a mohair silk blend, which I'm going to hold together with this, and it's going to be a cardigan, which does require German short rows. So I do need to practice that before I start the new pattern. But this is just a very scratchy wool. And, you know, after getting this far, I decided I probably don't want it on my neck. So that's why I'm going to switch it up, add the mohair, and make it a cardigan so it's not like up on my neck. And then because I was like frustrated that I did all that work, I was like, I'm gonna do like a super easy pattern. So this is the campfire sweater from DeJour, and it's sewn in panels. So you do the front and the back. So it's got the ribbing on the bottom, and it'll have the ribbing on the neck as well, but you bind it off, and then you create another panel on the sleeves separately, and it's sewn together, and then you create your ribbing on your neck. But it's a super bulky yarn, so it knit up super quick, and it's gonna be like so fluffy and cozy, and it'll probably just be like my, you know, at home sweater just to lounge in because it's so warm, and it is 100% wool, but it's like a softer wool. I don't know, it's like not really spun, and it's like this bulky weight yarn. Let me see, it's the it's from Drops. It's the Drops Snow, super bulky. So I don't know why I'm doing everything gray. I realized that after I'm like, I should have picked a different color because everything is going to be gray. Yeah, so, and then I do have plans. I did make myself a couple of dishcloths. I wanted to do a knit, just some like garter stitch cotton dishcloths, because you know the girls will my kids when they do dishes, they don't pay attention and they'll let the washcloth go down in the garbage disposal and turn it on, so they get torn up and I go through some dishcloths. So I knitted up a couple of those. I do have other yarns that I've been buying for other projects, but those will be further on down. But I think that's it. I painted a few. Oh, let me show you my my ornaments I've been making. Okay, so I have a few different ornaments that I made this year. My friend in Germany had sent me, I asked her to get me a Straßsterne, I think that's how you say it, kit, which is straw stars. And so she sent me these they were like little plastic templates, then you lay the straw across and you can do different patterns, and this one was my favorite one, so that's a cute little snowflake. And they're pretty easy. You just put them in the little thing and you squish them down and then you tie them off. There's just like little, I used some wax thread so that it would hold better. So those are cute. I made a few of those. And then we made these salt dough ornaments. The kids did some as well. And it was a salt dough recipe and you add cinnamon to it. And that's what makes it the brown color. They look like little gingerbread. And then we used just puff paint instead, because I mean, it looks like icing. So we did like a puff paint on top. So it's got a little bit of texture, but they're cute. They don't, I mean, they have a smell, but you can't like really smell them until you're like, they're right under your nose, but they do smell really good. Because I think I added some like allspice and nutmeg, but they smelled really good when they were fresh. But now that they've been hanging on the tree for a couple weeks, not so much. And then I made these cute little guys. Little mushroom. I saw something similar on Pinterest and thought I would make just some little hand sewn mushrooms, and he's got the little embroidered knots on top and the lace underneath, and then a little fox to go with him. And then he's just like a felted hand sewn. He is not symmetrical because I am not, like, I do everything just kind of by eye, and I drew him out and cut him out, and yeah, he didn't turn out very symmetrical, but he's still cute. So yeah, I planned on making a few more little woodland things, but I've just been so many projects. I mean, you can see I have like a million different crafts that I do, so it's hard for me to like do one thing. I don't know. I think maybe it's a little slight ADD, but yeah, I just kind of like jump from things to, you know, because it just keeps my mind like, it changes things up and keeps it exciting. So, yeah. And then knitting, I feel like I should knit more like in the summertime, but I don't, because I don't know, I feel like it's just like a winter craft. But I would probably be a lot better at it if I did it all year round instead of just when it was cold outside. So we'll see. I do have plans to make a t-shirt out of some superwash that I bought. So we will talk about that at a later time. But yeah, I've just been spinning, and I need to get this alpaca carded. I really want to get that spun, but I've been doing some painting, but it's kind of like not my typical painting. I've been wanting to do like some kind of childish illustrations. I just kind of draw things that I'm a child. I really am. Like, I love everything magical and childish, and I read, like, you know, the, what is it called? Like, books that are for, you know, younger kids, and I watch kid movies, and I just like kid things. So, I don't know. I just got this, like, urge to paint some illustrations. So I've been doing some cute little animals, and you know, everybody keeps telling me that I should do like illustrations for children's books, but what I need to do is I need to practice like creating characters over and over, because I don't think that I would be very good at keeping consistency with the character. Being able to make it over and over and have different expressions and such. So, yeah, I should probably I should practice that. So, but yeah, I need to clean my studio. It is a hot mess because I don't like going down there. And so I bring everything up here in the living room. And then when I go to put it away, it just kind of gets set in the corner. So I just got things like piled on the table and it's not organized. So I bought myself one of those little old school label makers, and I've been trying to like go through bins and sort things and label them. But it's very overwhelming. So, but yeah, so all right. Well, hopefully, I mean, you enjoy this video. It's just me rambling on, but yeah, see you soon.